Today for our Bible story, we're going to be in 1 Kings 18. Our story today is about King Ahab and the prophet Elijah. They're going to have a showdown on Mount Carmel. The people were following false gods. False gods aren't true. It's like me praying to this cow. It's only a stuffed animal. It's not able to help me or answer my prayers. Well, that's what the people were praying to. They were praying to things that weren't true. The false gods they were praying to was Baal, and he's not real, so he can't help them. But Elijah's God was real, and so they went up to Mount Carmel to see who wins. I bet you know. Let's take a look, and I'll meet you back here in a second. Bye.
King Ahab wanted to harm the prophet Elijah. God sent Elijah to live far away. After a long time, God told Elijah, "Go and speak to Ahab." I would have been like, wait, the one guy who wants to harm me? Are you sure? But Elijah didn't hesitate. When Ahab met Elijah, Ahab said, "Is that you, the one destroying Israel?" Elijah hits back with a, "No, you." Well, kind of. He challenged Ahab. "I have not destroyed Israel. You and your family are the destroyers because you have followed false gods. Now, gather you people to meet me at Mount Carmel. Call the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah who serve Queen Jezebel." That's almost 1,000 people. This is a huge showdown. King Ahab gathered all the Israelites and all the prophets of false gods at Mount Carmel. Elijah asked the people, "How long until you decide? If God is the true God, follow him. If Baal is a god, follow him." The people did not answer Elijah. Elijah said, "I am the only prophet of the Lord, but Baal's prophets are many. Bring 2 bulls to sacrifice. Prepare one of them. Place it on the wood, but do not light the fire. I will do the same with the other bull. Then call on the name of your God, and I will call on the name of the Lord. The one who answers and sends fire, he is God." The prophets of Baal prayed first. "Baal, answer us," they shouted from the morning until noon, but there was no answer. All afternoon, the people prayed and cried out to Baal. Still, there was no sound. No one answered. Then Elijah decided to up the stakes. Elijah told the people to gather near him. He took 12 stones and built an altar. Then he made a trench around the altar to hold water. He arranged the wood, prepared the bowl, and placed it on the wood. Elijah said, "Fill 4 water pots with water and pour it on the bowl and the wood." Elijah told the helpers to pour water on the altar 2 more times. Soon, water ran all around the altar and filled the trench. In the early evening, Elijah came to the altar and prayed, "Lord, today let it be known that you are God, and I am your servant. Answer me so the people will know that you, the Lord, are God." God did. Fire burned the offering, the wood, the stones, and the water. The people fell face down and cried, "The Lord, He is God! The Lord, He is God!"
Isn't it awesome to see how God works? Elijah let the prophets of Baal go first, and they never could get the fire. No matter how long they prayed, the fire never came. Why? Because Baal isn't real. He can't answer their prayers. But then Elijah, he prayed to the Lord to send a fire on the bulls that were there for the sacrifice. Elijah put water 3 times on the altar, and then he prayed, and God sent fire. The people knew immediately that God was the one true God, and they all worshiped him. In Deuteronomy 30:20, it says, "Love the Lord your God and obey him and remain faithful to him." And that is exactly what Elijah did. He remained faithful to the one true God, not gods that aren't true. Remember, that the Bible is very clear that there's only one true God, and that is the God that we serve. He's living, and he wants to live in you and be with you every single day. Guys, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next week for another story. Bye.
God's story is our story, and we have to share it.
This is Freddie, a former professional skateboarder from Peru.
Learning skateboarding was a cool thing, and it became part of my daily life. I became like my friends too. My friends would go to parties, and I would go to parties too, and I'll party hard till, early in the morning.
Freddie met an IMB missionary family at the skate park. They connected him with other IMB missionaries who invited him to attend an English class and Bible studies.
All the stuff that I have listened to on these English lessons and Bible studies, everything started falling into place. I decided to ask Jesus to come to my life, to be a part of my life, because what they were saying was actually something that I really wanted, And I said, yes, I want to accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior. Skateboarding was my passion, but then Christ became my passion. And a week after that day, I got my first mission trip.
Freddie began working with IMB missionaries as an interpreter.
And then in one of my mission trips is where I met Arturo.
I think for Freddie, what I saw, like a new young believer with a desire of sharing the gospel, learning Bible stories that became his lifestyle.
He asked me, is everything okay? Have you been sharing your faith with people? And I said, yes, I have been sharing my faith. Didn't you see today? I was translating for the missionary. And then he looked at me and said yes, you are interpreting, you are translating those words, but these are not your words. These are their words.
Freddie learned to share his faith with the skateboarders through storytelling.
He told me that God's story, Jesus' story is our story, and we have to share it with that same passion. That fills me with joy, definitely.
Freddie continues to work with IMB missionaries recording Bible stories in Spanish for use in training unreached people groups all across the Americas.
Devastation has hit Mooseberry Academy.
This just in! The beloved Mooseberry Aardvark has gone missing!
These kids are taking the news harder than my stunt helmet. Kablamo!
These are the chronicles of the Mooseberry Masterclass and the exceptional and very, very, very gifted students who attend, and also Alex.
The Mooseberry Aardvark was at every game we ever played. When we won, it was because of him.
I don't really like people or whatever, but I could tell the Mooseberry Aardvark anything. Now who am I supposed to talk to?
I just can't think of anything worse than losing the Mooseberry Aardvark.
We're still just talking about an aardvark, right?
I couldn't care less about an oversized rodent, but it does make me smile that everyone's so upset. It's the little things that make life so sweet.
I have a confession. I know what happened to the Mooseberry Aardvark. My brother Tanis stole it.
How dare you!
Tanis is gonna pay.
Get that kid!
Hand over the Aardvark, or we are taking matters into our own hands.
Wait, Wait, listen to me. I think you're all going about this the wrong way.
Don't listen to Lannis. Do your thing.
Guys, look at yourselves. Ollie thinks the aardvark was responsible for them winning games. Paris thinks it's the only thing she can talk to. And Jasper couldn't think of anything worse than losing it. And then all of you wanting to take such angry revenge? Doesn't something seem off about all that?
It does seem like we care more about a school mascot than Jesus.
God doesn't say we can't care about other things. But he does say he has to be first, most, and best in our lives. And he's so awesome, why wouldn't we think of him in that way?
I think we did take things too far. It's important to get the aardvark back as long as we remember that it's nothing compared to God. And we can still deal with Tanis, but we need to do it in an appropriate way.
But here's the thing. I didn't steal the aardvark, and I don't know where it is.